Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from IOWODO. They are makers of smartwatches, and this is the R3 Pro. Now they do have other models available, but this particular model is a smartwatch slash fitness tracker that will work with either Android or iOS. It is available at the time of this review from Amazon for $39.99. So I will leave that link in the description below where you guys can check it out. Now, this is kind of a proof of concept that you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars to get a decent smartwatch and fitness tracker. We're going to dig into it now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's unbox the R3 Pro. It does come in a few different colors. I believe right now they offer kind of a pink, a green, and a black on Amazon, but there are other colors such as orange and gold as well, silver. I have the black model here for review. Now, this is an interesting setup here with the unboxing. They do give you a Connect guide. This covers Android. You can just download the app, scan the QR code, get the app, and off you go. Now, the app is called GloryFit, so you just have to search for that on for iOS, and you'll be able to get it for iOS as well. Now, this really kind of just goes over in depth how to pair the phone, which I'll show you guys the app and how to pair it as well. Going through the manual here, it's written in different languages. It goes a little bit more in depth on some of the menus that are involved with the smartwatch. Now you do get a couple different things here. Of course, you're going to get a charge cable for this. And this is a pogo pin magnetic style charge cable. You can see it's a standard USB-A to that magnetic pogo pin. Now you can charge this for 2.5 to 3 hours, and you can, they state, get up to 12 to 15 days of usage out of a single full battery charge. They also include a 20mm band here, which is kind of a fabric band if you don't like the rubber band that they give you on the actual watch itself. So if you start the watch up, you do have a crown here, and this is basically your home button. So overall, you've got your sensors on the bottom. You do have that pogo pin for charging, and then all your health sensors here. And this does include a body temperature sensor, which I don't normally see on smartwatches. If you're somebody that's looking out to see maybe if you have a fever or something like that, then this may be the smartwatch that you might want to check out. It's got a nice 1.67 inch display, HD display here. When you first turn it on, it'll give you that QR code where you can go to download the application. Okay, so before we get into the build quality of the watch and all the actual watch functions, let's take a look at the GloryFit app. Again, when you scan that QR code, it'll allow you to download this for either Android or iOS. So depending on what device you're using, I'm using an Android phone, S22 Ultra. So I am just going to kind of go through this a little bit, show you how to pair it up and get it started. Now, of course, you can set up an account with GloryFit if you would like to, but they also give you an ignore option at the top, and they do have a few things for Android app permissions that you'll have to set, allowing it to auto start, making sure that the battery management is on high power, and this is so that it can the application can actually send you all of those notifications to the watch and not get cut off, you know what I mean, as far as going into sleep mode or deep sleep. So for now, I'll just ignore it. You can select whether you're male or female. Of course, you'll set your height and your weight here as well. So you can do that. And obviously, you can change from kilograms to pounds or from centimeters to inches, depending on where you're located. So once you have that set up, you'll put your age in. And once we get that set up, it'll take us to the main screen here. So we'll get that set up. and show you guys some of the main functions here. It'll ask you how many steps you want to try to do for the day. So I just selected the default here and then select device. So once you do that, obviously it's going to tell you that it needs access to location information. So that's fine. And it'll come up as the R3 Pro. So no problems there. All I have to do now is just click on that and it should auto pair, which it does no problems whatsoever. And you'll see on the watch it just came up as bind successfully, so we are good to go. Now these are all the things that you can do with this. There are watch faces that you can download in here. You've got a couple. It takes a few seconds to load them up, but once you do load them up, there are a bunch that you can get by default, and then there are some more that you can download as well. So you've got a lot of options for watch faces, which is pretty cool. You do have heart rate monitoring, body temperature settings, so it does have that body temperature or thermometer setting. So if you're trying to monitor yourself for having a temperature or a fever, you can do that with this watch as well, which is pretty interesting. Blood oxygen, call reminder, SMS reminder, and these are just call and SMS reminders are just kind of a thing that you would normally have on. It'll ask you for access to your contacts and to view your SMS messages, of course, and then you'll switch it on. And anytime that you get a text message, your watch will now let you know. Same thing with apps. You can go in and confirm the apps. You do have to go in and make sure, on Android at least, that the GloryFit app has that permission to allow you to do that. And then you can go in and you can set things for like Gmail or Messenger, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you would like to get your alerts for, or whatever specific applications that you would like to get your alerts for. So overall, very cool. Nice to be able to set this up. You do have a sedentary reminder here. So if you're sitting for, X amount of minutes, I think the default is 60 minutes here, it will beep and it will vibrate to allow you to know that you've been sitting for 60 minutes. Smart alarm clock, raise your hand to activate the display, do not disturb, universal settings, firmware upgrade, and a clear data, which is basically resetting the entire watch. So those are the basics here. In universal settings, we do have our units, so you can switch from empirical to metric to whatever you would like as far as that goes. In metric or British system is what they're saying. So you do have that there. Your on-screen time, you can change that from 5 seconds, 10 seconds to 15 seconds, depending on how you like it. And then you can do a 12-hour or 24-hour clock time if you would like to. Okay, so let's look at the watch itself. Now, as far as the build quality goes, it's got a nice 1.67-inch HD display, so that's pretty cool. It is a plastic build on the bottom, nice glass build obviously up top here, and you can see that swiping works with it really easy. You're going to be doing left and right swiping, up and down, and you're going to be using the crown as your home button, so that's pretty much how you navigate here, and pretty simple. Not anything revolutionary, but it does look good, and the screen is crisp and clear. If I had to guess, and they don't list it, I would probably say this is an IPS display. Looks really well, good in person, and probably on the video as well. It's definitely not a TFT LCD screen. It's probably an IPS screen. Now, swiping down is going to give you some quick toggles here. It's going to give you the time and the date, the day, whether you're connected, your battery life, a few other things that you can check out, as well as settings, brightness, flashlight, putting it in a a vibrate mode only, that type of thing. Now, swiping up, you're going to be able to get your recents, and this is for Facebook Messenger, so somebody sent me an attachment there, and that's cool that I can check that out. Now, I can't reply to that, and this is where the differences start to come in from, your high-end smartwatches, where you can actually make phone calls from this device or reply to messages. This is the message alerts are all you're going to get, so then you'll have to pick up your phone. Now, this supports a lot of activities, and by a lot, I mean at least 24 different sports modes that you can do in here, 25, I'm sorry, and you've got a ton from yoga to hockey to running to tennis, swimming, everything is all in here. So if you do want to just go for a run, you can click running and it will start, and you can see it's automatically taking my beats per minute using my fingers here, and I'm sitting at about 73 beats per minute, which is fine, and works just as well on my wrist. I tested this against my Galaxy Watch, worked really, really well. Now I did reset this so there's no steps in here, but you do have, again, other things such as being able to track your beats per minute. And as you can see, I've been tracking it for a portion of the day, and it gives you a chart to let you know how high it's been and at what time. Now you do have blood oxygen in here as well. This worked well on my wrist, and it does work well on my fingers as well, as you can see here. So I'm sitting at a 98%, 99%. Body temperature, this is another one that is pretty interesting, and something that with now that COVID is around, you may want to keep an eye on. So this is cool that it has that body temperature sensor in it. Now I usually run about 97.7 as my normal, and this is saying I'm at 97.3 using my fingertips, not just my wrist. So it's pretty close, I would say, within half a degree. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with that. Now you do have sleep tracking in here as well. So if you want to track your sleep, you can do that. It's built in here, which is a really nice one. Breath, which is a nice setup here. And what the breath is kind of like a mindfulness breathing exercise that you can use. You do have weather built into this as well, so you do get 2 days of weather right here to be able to check your weather. And when it's connected to your phone, you can use this to control your media player on your phone as well, at least pause and play, and of course forward track and reverse track. So we've got that. You do have a stopwatch built in, and this will bring you back to your messages. So you do have that. You do have a timer. You do have a flashlight, which just turns the screen all white, which does a good job at, a makeshift flashlight, which is actually pretty cool. You have your find here, and if you click on that, it will vibrate to let you know where the watch is. And then you have some settings here. We can go into dial settings and system, info, brightness, and all of those are set right here. So again, that's a quick way to get into the 3 built-in dials that are here, or watch faces, and then you can of course get more of them through the app as well. System info and regular info here. You can reset the entire watch here. You can go to brightness. I'm currently at 50%. You can see it's nice and bright. So if you need to kind of push it up a little bit, you can for outdoor viewing. And you can turn it off from here as well as get your QR code. Now you can set the screen timeout from 5 to 10 seconds to 15 seconds. And you saw earlier in the app, you could also set a lot of these right through the app as well. Okay, so what are you losing with this watch versus something like a higher end watch like my Galaxy Watch 4? Well, I can't respond to messages with this watch. I'm only going to be able to get alerts. I can't make phone calls from this watch. It's more geared towards being a fitness tracker / smartwatch in the respect that it only gives you notifications, so you will have to grab your phone to reply to those notifications. But on the flip side of this, the health tracking features and fitness features on this are excellent. So if you want to save a ton of money, and you want to be able to be focused more on your pedometer, your step count, your blood oxygen, your heart rate, all of those things, and have a 12 to 15 day battery life, then this for $39.99 is a steal. In my opinion, because all the health sensors on this work really, really well and do a great job at tracking all of that information. So it really depends on what you need to use this for. So if that's what you're looking for, then the R3 Pro is going to be a good deal for you. So there you go. That's my review of the IOWODO R3Pro smartwatch and fitness tracker. Again, I'm very impressed with the build quality on this. For the price point, you're getting a lot of nice health features and fitness tracking out of this. You still get notifications for messages and phone calls so that you can at least know if your phone is not with you or at least within Bluetooth range that you did miss a phone call or a text message or something from one of your apps that you might want to check later. Overall, I think they did a great job on this, especially for the price point and the fact that you really are not going to have any battery anxiety getting 12 to 15 days of battery life. You've got sleep tracking built in. You've got blood oxygen, heart rate, and body temperature all built into this watch, and it is on a nice high definition IPS display. Overall, I think if this is what you're looking for, more of a fitness tracker with reminders instead of being able to make phone calls from the watch, then you should definitely put this one on your list. I think it's worth taking a look at. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments about the R3 Pro, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to like, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so because that always helps me out, and I'll check you out on the next video.